This is Teri. This is Teri's Shoe Store, where she specializes in custom shoes and shoe repair. This is Teri's Workshop, where all the magic happens. You know what they say, all work and no play. When she's not hard at work, this is where you'll find her. And this is Teri's YouTube channel.
Aloha from Hawaii, Teri Edmonds again. Today I will be dyeing a bridal shoe, Tiffany Blue. This gal, I sell bridal shoes at my store if the shoe fits here in Hawaii. And I happen to really love this brand called Touch Ups. They have a fabulous product, so I'm always, sponsoring them. But anyway, this is called the Emmy. This is what she chose to turn the blue color. She did bring me a swatch of the Tiffany Blue from Tiffany. So we got the right color. I have this color chart here where I actually looked at a formula. The formula, there were two colors that were pretty close, not quite exactly what I needed. So I did a little combining of the two. This is definitely a warm shade, so I went more warm than the light bluish color. And I tried a couple of different combinations and came out with this, and it's pretty much a match. And I always let the client review it first to make sure that they like it. And she did, so I thought I would show you how to dye it. I always get asked how to dye. And basically I use, this is called a dauber. It is cotton. And I like to have control over the shoe, so I did a small one so I didn't go crazy. This is the color that I premixed, and I put in this jar just so that it didn't air out the, it has alcohol in it, so it will evaporate if you don't keep it covered when you're, like I kept it stored so that when she wanted to come in and look at it, it was going to be a couple of days. I always want to keep the integrity of the color. So here we go. I like to start with the back of the heel, and I'm not quite touching that leather sole because what happens is it bleeds. The color will bleed, and so it'll bleed right to the edge rather than me getting the sole covered in the blue. When you're dyeing, you want to do it all at once. You don't want to do little sections and then have it dry. It'll leave a watermark. So you have plenty of time. It takes about an hour for fabric to actually dry. So I like to go around the sole, get all those little spots close to the sole. That's where I have to be the most careful. Right inside here. This is going to be so beautiful. So I guess when they say that phrase, something borrowed, something blue, I think this is really fun. And this has definitely been the color of the season, this Tiffany color. I've done a couple of different styles of shoes. There's some that Touch Ups makes that have rhinestones all over them. I did one like that. That was fairly stunning. And so now while everything's wet, I'm just going to go over it like that. I'll do a little section at a time here and work my way around the shoe. And even though you can see, like, it looks like there's a watermark, it's all going to blend because I'm doing it while it's wet, and it will blend together. This is so fun. I like dyeing. I don't know if it's because I actually get to work with fun colors. I find that a lot of people are very practical with their shoes, so they don't tend to do a lot of different colors unless you get into the wedding shoes. Then they get very creative because it's like a piece of art that they're going to be wearing on their feet. This is so fun. See how quick that was? It did not take long at all. You don't have to be an expert painter to do it. Just keep away from some of the edges. That's what I say. Let it bleed. So there we go. Again, you're seeing this watermark here, but that is not going to stay. That will all blend together. So let's go over it one more time. There we go. All right, and I'll do the next one. Again, I'm going to start with the heel. And the other nice thing about starting on the heel is if you're just kind of getting used to it, you haven't been dyeing for a while and you're a little nervous, this is a great place to make any kind of a mistake if you're going to make a little mistake. It's on the back of the heel. Nobody's going to see it. A lot of my customers, because they have gone to such great lengths to get a special shoe, they'll usually include them in the pictures for their wedding pictures. And so I like to make sure that they look fabulous. I'm just doing another method, going around the shoe in a different way, just to show you that it can be done either way. It's not going to matter. It's all going to dry the same. Out here in Hawaii, of course, Maui especially, we get so many brides. Everyone wants to get married on the beach. So it's pretty fun. I do a lot of wedding shoes, and it seems kind of strange because, you know, seems like such surfers and slippers out here, but because of the fact that it's such a gorgeous place to get married, we get a lot of them. And that's always great. It's very romantic on the beaches out here in Hawaii. And there we go. Getting back in there again. This color is so easy to use. It's just on so quickly. And making sure to get all the little spots. You don't have any blank spots, because what happens if you do have this, if the shoe does end up drying before you're able to dye everything, then it will leave a watermark. So you want to do everything while it's wet. This shoe happens to be a combination of fabrics. It is satin and bokeh. Bokeh has a bit of a matte finish to it, instead of the very shiny satin, which kind of gives a little bit of textural detail to the shoe. And without changing color, you can do that. So I'm doing this, and then here we go. This is so fun. I love doing wedding shoes. And I'd love to hear from any of you out there who've been married on the islands out here. Tell me where your experience was. What did you do for shoes? Did you bring them out here with you? I find most of my customers do bring their shoes with them. Although we do out here in Hawaii, my local customers, they make a big to-do about their weddings. It's quite the tradition. Family is really important to people out here, so it's they're pretty steeped in tradition, and that's always nice. They have giant weddings, you know, 200 people and more, so that's fun. And sometimes I'll do their whole bridal party. I've done some fun colors. I've done neon green when somebody was trying to color block with black, white, and neon green. I've got a couple of hula groups that get their shoes done. I'll be doing one of those next for you in my next episode. I have a really fun one planned for you. And so there we go. I'm double checking it just to make sure. And I think, I don't like that little water line. I'm going to go over that again. See, I'm kind of blending that right there. And this one, I'm just going to blend that a little bit more right there and make sure while it's wet that I don't get a watermark. I don't want that. So my mentor who taught me how to repair shoes, he said that there's the beauty about shoe repair and shoe making is you can always hide your mistakes. And there are usually tricks. So if you've done something on one of your items that you'd like to try to correct and hide, just send me a comment. I'll see if I can't help you figure out how to solve that problem. So see how easy that was. I'm done. A couple of minutes, no problem. Now I'll let it dry for about an hour, and I'm always sure that when I let them dry, I don't let the shoes touch each other. Touching each other actually will create another watermark. So I'm just going to let them set here and dry, and then they're going to be so fabulous. I love the color. Color, but if you put, see right here, as you notice this, I don't know if you can tell, but this color here looks a little bit lighter. That's because it's already dry. When you're testing a color, you want to make sure you really give it a good hour to dry, which is what it's going to take to dry, and it will lighten. So Thanks so much. Thanks for joining me. Aloha.